Alright fellas, here we're back for our Pokemon TCG video where we get ourselves some more information about new Mega Evolution stuff, or, the Mega Evolution era of the TCG. It's gonna be a while, man. We still gotta wait until August for us to get this Mega Evolution stuff. We still gotta go through the entire era of Black and White, which is good, which is cool, but, wonder how easy it's gonna be to get that stuff. Anyway, regardless, we've got ourselves this little bit of information now. I did not actually know about this prior. I did try recording this video before, it did not happen. I was just all over the place with it, but with this one, probably gonna do a little bit better. But we do have the Ultra Pro portfolios revealed here, which are just like official portfolios and binders for holding your cards from Pokemon themselves. We got 4-pocket and a 9-pocket one. And it seems that these are going to be the pack artworks for our English set of Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution base set, I guess is what it's going to be. We've, of course, got the Mega Lucario, and now we got a confirmation that Mega Kangaskhan is going to be in the set. So I guess the main Megas they are going to be focusing on here: Mega Lucario, Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Venusaur, Mega Gardevoir, Mega Latias, right, was also in there. I don't think I'm missing any. I think that was it that they revealed. I could be wrong, but anyway, whatever. It is fine. So it seems like we're at least getting 5 Megas in the set. Could be more. I would say there's probably one more we're missing out on, because I would say that, considering it's 2 sets in Japanese, I don't think they would do 3 Megas in one set and then 2 Megas in another. I think they'd do 3 Megas at least per set. Could also be 4, Really just depends how they want to do it. But it seems that this portfolio is telling us all the artwork, so they do look pretty cool. It's very nice to see this stuff, so pretty cool sets there. Of course, Mega Lucario, Mega Gardevoir are the main focuses there, but of course Venusaur and Kangaskhan are secondary, so cool binder reveal. Now, more importantly, the bigger information is that we have 2 new trademarks for Mega Dream EX and Abyss Eye being filed for the Japanese TCG. So, as is stated here, Mega Dream EX is going to be very similar to it's going to be our high-class set of the year. Japan releases a yearly high-class set, which is going to be either shiny Pokemon or just like a bunch of illustration rares, typically. And obviously, with it not having shiny in the name, it's going to be the latter. So, as you can see here, I mean, just to sell that point home, we had GX Ultra Shiny, Shiny Treasure, and Shiny Star V, which was Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, and Paldean Fates, respectively. But of course, you can see there's no shiny here in the name, so it is extremely likely this is just going to be a set that has a bunch of illustration rares, which is interesting, given that it is, I guess I would say, yeah. Yeah, no. Well, yeah, no. I'm not sure. It's odd to think about. I'm just trying to think about it. Yeah, okay. This kind of tells us a lot. I'm just trying to think about it. It's kind of telling us a lot here is that this is going to be like, for Japanese, it's probably going to be like the 5th set, basically, because you've got yourself Mega Brave, Mega Symphonia, Inferno X, Ninja Spinner, and Emerald Storm, right? Or Storm Emerald, or Storm Emeralda, I think is what it's called now. Yeah, Storm Emeralda. And also Abyss Eye. So you're going to have all of these sets here before the release of this. So you're going to have all those released, and then this one release, which is going to be having, like, the high class, like the big illustration rares and stuff like that, which I'll go into, like, examples of what that will be in a second. But usually the slot would be the shiny set. They would do the shiny set, and then the following year, they would do the big set, kind of like this. Like, this would be like Terrestrial Festival, basically, like they do that the next year, because usually sets last for however many years, stuff like that. Seems that this one, with this set, with this being like a shorter block, they're just gonna skip the shiny set and just go straight to the big high class set for that. So this could be like the midway point, effectively, of the TCG area for the Mega block. So about a year lasting is about what we could be expecting with that, maybe. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, so again, it's pretty much confirmed to not be shiny Pokemon, but it's going to be more akin to Terrestrial Festival, EX, V-Star Universe, and VMAX Climax. Which, if we want to go ahead and take a look at those sets, I mean, this is kind of close, but VMAX Climax is one of the biggest sets in the Sword and Shield era, because we can go all the way to the bottom here, and it released all these super big illustration rares. Most of them were Trainer Gallery cards. Most of these cards got put into the Trainer Gallery between all of, like, the later half of the Sword and Shield era sets. I mean, let's just go to it. Like, there's Crobat V, Umbreon V, Umbreon V Max, Mimikyu V Max. Like, this Crobat V is the one with silver. This one. That's what this card is here, in Lost Origin. Umbreon V is the one with Karen. It was in Brilliant Stars. Same with the Umbreon V Max. It's the one with Karen here, not the illustration rare from Evolving Skies, not to get confused there. And then the Mimikyu V Max is also from Brilliant Stars. Again, Trainer Gallery card, right? So if we go ahead and go back to here, we can see that most of these cards were put in the later eras of the Sword and Shield sets. Actually, I want to go pull up that list real quick. So yeah, right here, you can kind of see, I believe it is after Evolving Skies. I believe if we look at Evolving Skies itself, it does not have any special illustration rares. Okay, well, it's got illustration rares, but it does not have any really from like VMAX Climax. Like, we go ahead and take a look at the big cards of this set, like the Leafeon VMAX. We can see those are mostly from EV Heroes, right? Like, these are all from EV Heroes. None of them are necessarily from VMAX Climax. Same with Duraludon, same with Rayquaza. Duraludon VMAX here from Skyscraping Perfection, and Rayquaza from Blue Sky Stream. So those are not VMAX Climax cards, but starting, I believe, from Fusion Strike. I could be wrong. I might be wrong with this. I might be. Am I wrong? Looks like I am wrong. It's not. It's not Fusion Strike. Yeah, this was Fusion Arts, so it was the set afterwards. Okay, Brilliant Stars. So Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Lost Origin, and Silver Tempest, and Crown Zenith, these last 5 sets, not counting Pokemon Go here, were the sets that included all the Trainer Gallery cards. Like, you would have about, I believe, like 30 to 40 Trainer Gallery cards per set. You can see them all, I believe. We go here, yeah, all of these 30 Trainer Gallery cards. You can see the Bolton, Sylveon, the Umbreon, the Mimikyu that I showed off earlier. Astral Radiance also had, I believe, like 30 of them here. So VMAX Climax, the big point of that is that this was a massive set. It ended up basically spanning a lot of the massive illustration, Trainer Gallery cards, because they're not illustrations, they're Trainer Gallery cards, for the entire second half of the Sword and Shield era, basically starting from Brilliant Stars and ending with Crown Zenith. It did feature all those Crown Zenith cards, by the way. Let's not get that twisted. Let's see. I want to just see like what trainers were in this set. It looks like all of these, yeah. So most of these supporters were end up actually put in other like sets closer to the end of that Sword and Shield era for English. But yeah, this set did release, and there was a lot of stuff in it. I'm pretty sure this set was this the set that featured the gold cards. If we want to look at like Arceus, no, okay, this set was not the one that featured the gold cards, but those were like thrown in Crown Zenith, right? But yeah, this is obviously a massive set. Had a ton of like special cards, like special alternate art V's and Vmaxes and stuff like that, right? And then there was also V-Star Universe, which was effectively just our in English, it was effectively just Crown Zenith. That's pretty much what it was. I mean, you can see Crown Zenith here. Like, look at the difference between like the Crown Zenith cards. There's 159 in Crown Zenith, 172 in VMAX V-Star Universe. And I mean, there was also 70 gallery cards. I'm sure there were some cards maybe missed out on a little bit, but you can see there's, well, clearly 262 cards in this set, whereas Crown Zenith only had like 240. So some cards were actually probably thrown in other sets, or like maybe made into promos, something like that. Like there were quite a few that were actually made into promos, so I would say that's more likely. But this was the set that had like those gold cards in it for the Origin, Palkia, and Dialga, Giratina, and Arceus. Of course, it had all these cool illustration rares for Eriott, Raihan, Adamant, Cynthia's Ambition, Sharon's Care. It had the like Darkrai. Like we've seen the cool Darkrai, right? Like this super cool card. Like, you know, this is a V-Star Universe card. So obviously we know that those sets in the Sword Shield era were awesome. I mean, you know, people say what you want about these. V-Star Universe was really. It went up in price, like on release. Like, it was really sought after, and then Crown Zenith immediately kind of like killed it. On English, because like its pull rates were so good that like the value apparently was just there was like none there, so people didn't really care for the set, which, yay, it ended up allowing me to get like a gold Arceus, so I'm happy about that, and now it's all going back up. And then of course, you know, the modern part of that where everyone is, oh boy, Terrestrial Festival, yeah. So I mean, if you want to get the most recent example, Terrestrial Festival EX, this set has like 30 some special illustration rares in it, like from 200 all the way down to 32 special illustration rares in this set. You know, all the Eevees were in it. We had all the different Ogre Pawns, some Paradox Pokemon like Iron Valiant, Iron Crown, Sandy Shocks, Roaring Moon. Had a few other random ones like Pecharunt, Golden Go, Dragapult. We had, of course, again, the Eevees there, the Blood Moon, Ursaluna, Terapagos, some trainers as well. The gold cards here, I believe these are, yeah, these 5 here were gold cards. Some secret rares, but those weren't really that crazy. Mostly, obviously, everyone just wanted these special illustration rares, and sometimes, you know, you could get the gold card, right? But that is what you should be expecting of Mega Dream EX, is something along the lines of V-Star Universe, VMAX Climax, or Terrestrial Festival. So we could be getting some really cool, crazy new Mega Evolution cards with this, some crazy illustrations. I would be fully expecting to see, like, all the Mega Kanto starters, the Mega Hoenn starters. I would see, like, if they're gonna bring them back, Primal, Groudon, and Kyogre, like, they could throw a lot of big stuff in that set. Just like fun little illustration rares. Like, and it's not that if a card has already existed, like, you know, we're probably going to get Mega Charizard X with the release of Inferno X, you know, here in October for JP. We're still going to be getting it likely for we could still very likely get it for whatever the set is. It's gonna be like Terrestrial Festival or V-Star Universe or VMAX Climax. They do not care to dupe up in regards to like Terrestrial Festival and stuff like that. I mean, we saw that with, for example, where is it? It wasn't Iron. No, it was Iron Valiant. Like Iron Valiant EX, Roaring Moon EX. Were there more? I guess technically were the Ogrepons? Did the Ogrepons have the illustration, like special illustration rares? Yeah, Twilight Masquerade, we had special illustration rares for Ogrepon, and then of course we got more for the Prismatic Evolutions here. Roaring Moon, of course, had its own special illustration rare in Paradox Rift, and then it got another one in Prismatic Evolution. Same with Iron Valiant, getting one in Paradox Rift, and then again having another one here in Prismatic Evolution. So like, they do not care to dupe up on like already existing illustration rares, special illustration rares, getting another one for this. So again, expect another Mega Charizard, expect probably both forms of Mega Charizard at that, you know, the Kanto starters, Owen starters, like potentially legendaries, you know, another like Latios or Latias, you know, those getting illustration rares of those. Like, there's a lot. There's legitimately a lot that they can do for this set, and it's going to be pretty big, I would imagine. But the good side about that is that it's probably going to be like, I don't know if VMAX Climax had this, it probably did, but I don't remember. But it's probably going to be like V-Star Universe and Terrestrial Festival, where it has a guaranteed special illustration rare, or, you know, guaranteed big hit per box, right? Because it was like gallery cards more so for V-Star Universe, but I don't remember exactly what was guaranteed, right? But like, you know, for Terrestrial Festival EX, it was a guaranteed special illustration rare. I would expect the exact same thing for this set, where you get a guaranteed special illustration rare per box. So all we're saying is let's order a case, fellas. Let's order a case. I don't know. We can just hope that like it's affordable, at least a little bit, you know, get the pre-orders in, get a few boxes, you know, and then like maybe where people will start coming in on the hype. Well, we'd have to see, though, right? And it's really going to depend what they do for English. English, it's 100% going to be a special set that has, like, no booster boxes. Very likely, anyway. I mean, that was the case for V-Star Universe, and that was the case for Trials Festival when they came over to English. Of course, in Crown Zenith and Prismatic Evolutions, no booster boxes. Same case for all of the other sets as well. Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, Paldean Fates, none of them have booster boxes. VMAX Climax being thrown into other sets, like Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Lost Origin, and Silver Tempest, all of those, they did technically have booster boxes, but, you know, that also wasn't the focus of the set. They split up, effectively, VMAX Climax into different ones instead of making it a special set for English, right? But I would not imagine they'll do the same thing here. They'll probably just make this a special set and go on about their way. So expect like ETBs and, you know, booster bundles and stuff like that, but no booster boxes, all right? That's what I would expect. And finally, now we're going to actually talk about Abyss Eye, 12 minutes in. Abyss Eye is nothing that's exactly... We don't know. There's a few things we can think about with Abyss Eye, but there's a good chance with it being like later in the year that it's going to feature a mega Pokemon, or like have that be the big promotional Pokemon that has not officially been revealed yet or anything like that. It's probably going to be something from ZA that we've not seen. Which, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and actually pull up the list of leaked Mega Pokemon, so if you don't want to see that, you know, click off the video here. You pretty much got all the information you need. We're going to be getting Mega Dream EX in about November, December, because that's about the release for these high-class sets. I mean, you saw Terrestrial Festival last year. It released, like, late December, so, you know, you should be expecting this around that era. So, if you don't care for the rest of the information, here's the list of apparently leaked Megas, allegedly, not sure. But we do have these here. So which of these, if they are going to be actual like custom megas or like megas from ZA, which one could it be? Dragalge makes sense, you know, like Abyss featuring kind of like maybe a water Pokemon. I can see maybe Malamar because it's like very psychic, telekinetic, you know, it's got like the eye, you know, maybe something like that, you know, like a gloomy type of Pokemon, I guess, you know, something like that. Frostlass kind of for a similar reason of being like a ghost, maybe. Maybe like Starmie. I mean, any like water Pokemon I think is a decent chance. I do want to actually like look up all mega, like other Mega Evolutions too, because I think maybe one that I'm thinking of is not a Mega Evolution. Let me see if it's actually in here, because I mean it's similar enough to a Mega Evolution. No, we'll just go to it. Fuck it. Let's see. Primal Reversion. Okay, whatever. We'll just go to Kyogre. I think it could be Kyogre. If they do bring back Primals, which I'm not saying they will, and I'm not even saying it like it's a likely chance, it's a likely thing that they do, but I could see it referring to Kyogre, because like Kyogre's in like the deep abyss of the ocean. It could be a focus of that set, and then maybe they could trademark another set for like Primal Groudon. it could make sense. I don't know. But like we want to look at old Mega Evolutions as well, see if any of these make sense. Gyarados maybe? Gyarados could make a lot of sense, frankly. Gyarados is definitely like big enough to carry a set for sure. Abyss Eye. Definitely interesting of a set to think about. Maybe, I don't think Sharpedo is big enough to focus on, but like they could throw it in the set potentially like with Gyarados, you know? I don't think many other Pokemon like fit the thing well enough. I think Kyogre would be a very good one, but you know, that's more of like Copium. We don't know. Point is, we don't know really for Abyss Eye. It could be a new ZA Pokemon, like Mega Pokemon, or it could be a Mega Pokemon, and we just don't really have enough information. A lot of these have been very on the nose and like very easy to understand. Like Inferno X, I mean, Fire plus X, Mega Charizard X. Charizard is also usually the big focus star of like the second or third set in any given block of a TCG era. So, you know, this basically just confirms Mega Charizard X. Ninja Spinner, bruh. Greninja, I mean, come on, it's a ninja Pokemon. It uses a water shark and it's a spinner. Come on, right there. Mega Greninja EX. You know, allegedly leaked to have a Mega Evolution, right? Storm Emeralda featuring Mega Rayquaza EX. Rayquaza and Emeralds have always basically been kind of linked for anything since like the dawn of time, basically, or dawn of Rayquaza at the very least. So featuring Mega Rayquaza EX makes the most sense for that set, but of course, you know, it could also not be, you know, whatever, right? And then Abyss Eye, this one is a lot less on the nose. We don't really know. If we knew all the designs for the new Mega Pokemon, maybe we could figure something out, but as it stands, we don't really know. And then, of course, Mega Dream EX, probably just going to be a big amalgamation of a bunch of different Mega Pokemon. Probably quite a few returning Pokemon from these old sets. Like, imagine, again, like maybe Mega Charizard. Probably another Mega Rayquaza. I would not even be close to surprised about that. All being in the set to get, like, special, cool illustration rares, right? So that's what I would expect. Anyway, that is most of the new information we have for the TCG. We're just going to have to see how all this stuff goes when it comes out. It's going to be pretty, this is pretty crazy, honestly, because like we have so many of these sets coming out that how many of these sets are going to be like put in English, like combined? Because obviously most sets combined in English, like Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia are dual sets releasing, but they're obviously going to be one in English. And is Inferno X going to be combined with anything? Maybe, maybe not. Is Ninja Spinner and Storm Emeralda going to get combined? Or is Abyss Eye going to combine with Storm Emeralda or something else? We don't know. We really don't know. And we don't really know the order of these releasing either. We're just kind of assuming they're probably going to go in order, considering they're getting trademarked at different dates, right? So I guess we're just going to find out how these like get consolidated into English. Because of course, Japanese releases like more sets usually than English, but English just like combines a lot of the sets. We're just going to find out how that goes. We're going to have to see. So yeah, I'll see you later. I hope you all enjoyed. Let's hope we can get some Mega Evolution stuff when it releases. Let's hope that this is a good reset for the TCG era and a fun one, more importantly. So yeah, I'll see you later. I hope you all enjoyed. Peace.